Starting recording now. Oh, you know what? Let me do my intro before I start this. This is me reacting to Bsolz' very recent top 50 players video. And let me get it out there. I'm a big fan of Bsolz, alright? I like his channel. I watched this video as soon as it dropped because I'm a big fan of Bsolz, but man, this list is not good, and I needed to complain about it to all of you. So, without further ado, let's get into it. And as Bsolz is about to say, you can't please everyone with your list, but man, Bsolz, you really could have pleased a few more people than you did, because this list is bad.
Here, it is time for me to do my own top 50 list. Now I know.
In fact, let me just skip ahead a little.
Please everyone, and that's okay. That's okay.
He's gonna say he can't rank Klay Thompson. I agree with that.
Let's start it off. 50 through 41. At number 50, we have Van Fleet. 49, Michael Porter Jr. 48, Miles Turner. 47, Ben Simmons. 46, Pascal Siakam. 45, Tobias Harris. 44, Draymond Green. 43, CJ McCollum. 42, Malcolm Brogdon. And 41, DeMar DeRozan. Alright,
so far, really don't have too many complaints. I love the Tobias Harris respect. Alright, Michael Porter Jr. absolutely deserves to be on here. Miles Turner should not be in the top 50 in my opinion, but I know most people are higher on him than I am. Maybe a little high on DeMar DeRozan, but it's alright. And Ben Simmons, look, I completely understand anyone having Ben Simmons this low. Okay, after the atrocious, humiliating performance he just put on in the playoffs, can't fault him for that. So I'm really fine with this bottom 10. It's not perfect, but overall, no real complaints here.
But let's just talk about the elephant in the room when it comes to this part of the list, and that is Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is 47 on my list. Ben Simmons just last year was still in conversations for being a top 20 player in the league because of his impact on a lot of areas when it comes to basketball. But let's just stop, man. Let's just stop. Enough is enough. While yes, when you analyze his game, you can really see that his only weakness is shooting.
Oh.
But every single...
Okay, so this is something I disagree with this video. Sorry, I keep coughing. So he says his weakness is shooting, and I actually said in the comments of this video, that is not accurate, okay? There are plenty of amazing players in NBA history who were not good shooters. Freaking Shaq couldn't hit a free throw to save his life, alright? Ben Simmons just broke his terrible free throw shooting record, but you get it. The thing with Ben Simmons, it's all his mentality, okay? I've been screaming this for years. He can continue to be a non-shooter and still be amazing. He just has to play aggressive like Giannis. That's all he needs to do. He needs to get out of his head and stop being a little bitch and play aggressive. That's all he needs to do. So let's skip ahead a little bit more, alright?
Names in this part of the list. Michael Porter Jr. cracks the top 50 for the first time after a season where he averaged 19 points and 7 rebounds, while shooting 54% from the field and 45% from 3, while his production didn't slip too bad in the playoffs as well. CJ McCollum is a player that moved down a decent amount to me, as his deficiencies as 31. At number 40, we have De'Aaron Fox, 39, LaMelo Ball, 38, Kyle Lowry, 37, Brandon Ingram.
A lot of people don't like LaMelo Ball this high, and they're saying that De'Aaron Fox is too low. Completely disagree. Look, well, let me say, I think both of them are a little bit too low. Like, I think both of those guys are pretty clearly better than Brandon Ingram at this point. But I've seen a lot of people saying De'Aaron Fox is a top 25 player, and look, I like De'Aaron Fox, but no, he freaking is not. The dude can't shoot. He's an average defender. He's never led his team to any success. Like, just chill out. I know he's on the Kings, but De'Aaron Fox is not a top 25 player in the NBA already. He's probably not top 30.
36, Nikola Vucevic. 35, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. 34, John Morant.
Love the Shai respect.
33, Domantas Sabonis. 32, Julius Randle. And 31, Russell Westbrook. Call me crazy, man, but I am...
I know everyone in the league overrates Russell Westbrook. You've heard me complain about him enough, but Russell Westbrook is not a top 31 player in the league. He's definitely not better than John Morant or Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and I really wouldn't even have him over LaMelo Ball. So, just putting that out there. Also, Ja is too low. All three of these guys ahead of Ja, Sabonis, Randle, Westbrook, he's definitely better than all of them. And I would probably have Shai over them too, but he hasn't proven as much, so I'm fine with it.
Unfortunately, the Charlotte Hornets were not able to make the playoffs last year, primarily due to LaMelo Ball suffering an injury in the middle of the season. But what LaMelo showed us after he was given the keys as a starter was phenomenal.
Dude's
to
a
give y'all
beast.
some perspective, in that stretch, LaMelo Ball averaged roughly 20 points, 6 assists, 6 rebounds, 2
Absolute
steals,
beast.
and had shooting splits of 46% from the field, 43% from 3, and 81% from
Let's go to like here.
Houston. Kyle Lowry is a player that actually moved down a lot to me, but to be completely
Lowry's in a good
honest,
spot.
Kyle Lowry moving down this much is more so a matter of other players just getting better than it is a knock on Kyle Lowry.
Yeah, and he was a little bit overrated last year.
Too much, but this does mark the end of the first tier of this list, or last tier, depending.
This all being one tier, I mean, it's you just got a couple guys who are off in here. Like, Ja Morant is the most egregious one. Like, he's pretty clearly better than every other player in this tier, in my opinion. So, that's a little iffy. And then you're saying a guy like Miles Turner is in the same tier as Domantas Sabonis. I mean, they play on the same team, so we all know that's not remotely accurate. You know what I'm saying? So that's these all being in the same tier is a little iffy. I think once you get to, at least once you get to Shea here, and definitely with Ja, these dudes need to be in a separate tier than the rest of these guys. That's all I'm saying.
On how you look at it. I feel like this tier consists of players who are undoubtedly good star-level players in the league. However, either have glaring weaknesses in their game.
Is Miles Turner a star-level player?
Options on contending teams,
I don't think
or just
so.
haven't proven enough to move higher on this list. Now let's move
That's
on
why
to the
De'Aaron
top
Fox is not higher.
At 30, we have Jamal Murray. 29, Rudy Gobert. 28, Bam Adebayo.
Oh my goodness, the Rudy Gobert disrespect after these playoffs. I know he played like crap, but part of it was on the coach, and you still can't. You still gotta give decent respect to a dude who was the best player on his team, who was the best team in the league in the regular season. That's all I'm saying. He's gonna go off about this being Donovan Mitchell's team. This is not Donovan Mitchell's team. Rudy Gobert is still better than Donovan Mitchell. Okay, unpopular opinion, but it's the truth.
26,
these two. Drew Holiday just played like shit in these playoffs, okay? He played great on defense, and he passed the ball well. You know who else plays great defense and passes the ball well? Ben Simmons. How do you have this man 20 places above Ben Simmons when he shot like 30% from the field in these playoffs? He was bad in the finals. This frustrates me so much. Drew Holiday is absurdly overrated on this list. He should not be in the top 40, maybe not even in the top 50. Okay, no, he should be in the top. He's better than a couple of these guys. Like, he's definitely better than, like, these last three dudes. I'm even okay having him over Ben Simmons. But the idea that you've got Drew Holiday over CJ, over Ja Morant, over Domantas Sabonis, you're crazy. And then DeAndre Ayton. Dude just played great in the playoffs. I know he did. But he's playing with two star guards. Cut it out. DeAndre Ayton is not better than Bam Adebayo, Rudy Gobert, Ja Morant. Recency bias level 1000 here, okay? DeAndre Ayton and Drew Holiday are both at least 10 spaces too high. I'm not sure I would have DeAndre Ayton over Vucevic yet. He's sure as hell is not over these two guys. What are you doing, Bsolz?
In 25, Jaylen Brown. 24, Chris Middleton. 23, Zion Williamson.
Okay.
22, Karl Anthony Towns. And 21, Bradley Beal.
I'm fine with this.
Extremely talented players.
The rest of these are fine. These five guys, these are all right. I would have Zion over Cat. Certainly at this point, I would have Cat the lowest out of these. Well, he would be over DeAndre Ayton, but I don't know how you put Cat over Bam Adebayo or Rudy Gobert when he's done nothing in his career. So that's dumb to me, but it's whatever. The rest of this is fine, but these two, Holiday, Ayton, when I saw these two, this was like, I got to make a video on this because this is hurting my soul.
Who haven't won much meets the players who have proven to be consistent second options on some really good playoff teams. After the championship run they just had, I just had to put some more respect on Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton. These are players that may not have the same name value of some other players in even this part of the list, but they literally just proved to me that they can at the very least, be a second or third option on a championship caliber team and actually were that on a championship winning team. As far as my DeAndre Ayton placement, honestly, that could bite me later down the line as a recency bias pick, but I truly do believe that DeAndre Ayton's ability to be a really effective pick and roll big while having a scoring repertoire that's just not putbacks and lay-ins, at the efficiency he's doing it as well, is a separator to me between the likes of a Rudy Gobert or a Bam Adebayo. And I haven't even talked about his defensive capabilities as well. Also, despite Jaylen Brown being 4 spots away,
I mean, Bam is a better defender. He's a better passer. There's, sure, you want to say he's DeAndre Ayton's a better scorer, but that doesn't make up for the better defense and better passing. I mean, Bam's a significantly better defender. DeAndre Ayton, yeah, he's better than Rudy Gobert on the perimeter, but he's certainly no Bam Adebayo. It just frustrates me, man. Recency bias.
Trae Young and Bradley Beal. I do believe that the order I decided
I'm fine
to
with
go
Brown
with
being
makes
here.
it seem like he's not, but I truly do believe he is in that class of players.
Oh, this next tier frustrates me too.
At number 20, we have Trae Young.
Too low.
19, Devin Booker. 18, Zach LaVine.
What are you smoking, man? What are you smoking? You've got Drew Holiday and Trae Young in the same tier. First of all, Trae Young is easily, out of every single player on this list, the best player, okay? Did you not watch the playoffs? I mean, are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? He's on a team with no other All-Stars. And he wasn't even an All-Star, but he clearly should have been. Trae Young is a top 15 player in the NBA. The idea that you have Zach LaVine over Trae Young, absolute insanity. You're out of your mind, okay? Devin Booker was just great in the playoffs, but he is not as good as Trae Young. What are you doing? How do you have him in the same tier as Drew Holiday and DeAndre Ayton? Craziness.
17, Jimmy Butler. 16, Chris Paul. 15, Kyrie Irving. 14, Paul George. 13, Donovan Mitchell. 12, Jason Tatum. And 11, Damian Lillard.
So you've got Trae Young just had an amazing playoff run. You've got him at 20. Donovan Mitchell just had a good playoff run, but not as good as Trae Young's, and you've got him at 13. 13, you've got Donovan Mitchell over Kyrie Irving and Chris Paul. What? No. Trae Young is the second best player on this list right now. The only guy better than him right now is Damian Lillard. Okay, he is better than Jason Tatum. He's better than Paul George. He's better than Kyrie Irving. He's better than Chris Paul, Jimmy Butler, and he is so much better than Zach LaVine. The Zach LaVine one just baffles me because he wasn't even in the playoffs. I don't know where you're getting this ranking from. Ugh, driving me crazy, man. Donovan Mitchell is too high. Definitely too high, but that one I can forgive. But Trae Young being this low, holy crap, man. Insanely underrating Trae Young right now.
So let's talk about it. Devin Booker and Trae.
Sometimes when I restart this, the volume's like crazy high.
Young moved up tremendously to me after the playoff runs that they just had. We already knew that they were really talented players, and they had the numbers to back it up, but for them to go out there in the playoffs and be pivotal parts to some really deep playoff runs was all the validation I needed for me to move them up this high. And a guy that I am willingly jumping the gun on, and I'll die on this hill until I'm proven otherwise, is Zach LaVine, and how I believe Zach LaVine is just as good as these guys, despite not winning as much as them last year. Let me just remind you guys that Zach LaVine just came off a year where he averaged 27, 5, and 5 on insane 51, 42.
Those are amazing stats, but he missed the playoffs, so it's not leading to that much, okay? He's putting up amazing stats, but he's not winning, and I know his team around him isn't great, but is it much worse than the team around Julius Randle or around Trae Young? I mean, they got better coaches too, but like, come on, man. It's the people are saying that empty stats guys have disappeared now because of Devin Booker. Do you all forget about Kemba Walker putting up those amazing stats on the Hornets and then he moved to the Celtics and he wasn't doing as well? When you were the clear-cut number one option on a team, you can put up great stats and still keep losing because you're the only guy who is getting all of the attention. Every single play in the game is designed for you to succeed and everyone else to be a role player. Okay? Trae Young turned that into a playoff team. Zach LaVine has turned that into a bunch of losing seasons. Same thing with Karl Anthony Towns.
85 splits. In terms of scoring the basketball, those are Kevin Durant, Steph Curry-esque splits. Those are insane. But also as a community, if we were able to turn our heads more on the empty stat. Now, let's get into my top 10, man. Let's get into my top 10. At number 10, we have Anthony Davis. Number 9, Joel Embiid. Number 8, James Harden. Number 7, Nikola Jokic. Number 6, Luka Doncic. Number 5, Stephen Curry. Number 4, LeBron James. Number 3, Kawhi.
So the top 3 players in MVP. Jokic, Embiid, and Curry. None of them are top 4 players? Okay, sure, makes sense.
Leonard, number 2, Kevin Durant, and number 1, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Here.
All right, let's finish this off now. Bless you. That was my dad sneezing in the background. Look, the top 10 is very difficult, but first of all, Luka Doncic out of the top 9, easily the worst player. LeBron James, I'm fine with. We don't really know where to rank him. Steph Curry, I feel like is too low. I mean, Luka Doncic is the big problem here. How in the world do you have Luka Doncic over Jokic, Harden, and Embiid? He is a great player. He's going to be the best player in the league one day, I fully believe. He is not there yet, however. So, can we just chill the heck out? Anthony Davis is not better than Damian Lillard, by the way. Damian Lillard has proven he's clearly the better player. I don't understand, like, most of this is so much recency bias, but then there's certain things that, like, they're not. I don't understand this list, Bsolz. It's very inconsistent. That is all I have for this video. I'm not going to sit here and watch the last 5 minutes of this. He's probably going to talk to his sponsor. Again, I'm a big fan of Bsolz. Alright? Big fan. I like his videos. I watch pretty much all of them. But this list, this is just not it, man. This is just not it. Luka Doncic is too high. Zach LaVine is way too high. Drew Holiday and DeAndre Ayton are way too high. Those are the 4 biggest issues right there. Specifically the 3. Zach LaVine, Drew Holiday, DeAndre Ayton. I mean, those were the killers right here. Those were the reason I had to make this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. And I hope you enjoyed Bsolz's actual video. If you didn't see it, you should probably go watch it since I skipped all over the place with it.